In Train to Busan, a South Korean action horror film, the story unfolds as an emotionally detached fund manager Seo-kwoo embarks on a journey with his young daughter Swan from Seoul to Busan on her birthday. Swan, longing to see her estranged mother, persuades her workaholic father to accompany her. Their seemingly mundane train ride, however, takes a horrifying turn. The film opens with hints of a mysterious viral outbreak. Livestock quarantines and unusual animal behavior foreshadow the disaster awaiting humanity. A grim prelude unfolds when a reanimated deer killed in a traffic accident rises unnaturally, an eerie glimpse into the apocalyptic events to come. The train journey begins. Seo-kwoo and Swan board the KTX train alongside a diverse cast of passengers, including a gruff yet caring man Sang-ae and his pregnant wife Song Kai-young. A teenage baseball team accompanied by cheerleader Jin-hee, whose bond with player Young-guk adds a subplot of budding romance. Sisters Ingil and Jongul showcasing sibling loyalty. A selfish corporate Koo-yeon-suk whose callous actions embody human greed. Unbeknownst to the passengers, a bitten woman stumbles aboard the train before departure, collapsing in a compartment. As the train speeds southward, chaos erupts when the infected woman attacks a train attendant, spreading the deadly virus. Zombie apocalypse unleashed. The infection quickly proliferates, transforming victims into rabid, bloodthirsty zombies. These reanimated beings, devoid of humanity, possess heightened aggression and an insatiable hunger. A survival crisis grips the passengers as the outbreak overtakes multiple train cars. Seo-kwoo initially prioritizes only Swan's safety, but her selflessness inspires him to rethink his approach. Meanwhile, Sang-ae emerges as a fierce protector, using brute strength to shield his wife and other survivors. The struggle for survival. The survivors discover the infected are visually driven, unable to attack in darkness. This knowledge becomes pivotal as Seo-kwoo, Sang-ae and Young-guk bravely traverse zombie-filled cars to rescue loved ones trapped elsewhere. The survivors' plight intensifies as they reach Daegu Station, expecting military assistance. Instead, they confront zombified soldiers, forcing them to retreat back onto the train. Seo-kwoo receives a chilling call from a subordinate revealing that the outbreak originated from a leak at his firm's biotech subsidiary, a moment of reckoning for the protagonist. The cruelty of humanity. As survival instincts clash, Yeon-suk manipulates fear among passengers in a safe compartment, convincing them to bar entry to Seo-kwoo's group. Betrayal leads to tragic losses, including the self-sacrifice of Sang-ae, who holds back the infected to allow others to escape. Seo-kwoo, Swan and Song Kai-young confront the cruelty of Yeon-suk's actions as he prioritizes his life above all. Climactic escalation. The survivors' dwindling numbers and relentless zombie attacks culminate in a dramatic confrontation aboard the train. Yeon-suk, infected but desperate to live, endangers others in his final moments. Seo-kwoo, bitten during the scuffle, heroically ensures Swan and Song Kai-young's survival by guiding the train to safety before sacrificing himself to prevent harm. A driver encounters a quarantine checkpoint due to a chemical leak in the biotech district, brushing it off as routine. Soon after, he accidentally hits a deer, only to witness it rise back to life, its eyes clouded with unnatural pallor. This opening scene serves as a harbinger of the chaos to follow, establishing a world teetering on the edge of a biological catastrophe. Meanwhile, in Seoul, Seo-kwoo, a career-driven fund manager, struggles to connect with his daughter Swan. Despite his financial success, his relationships, especially with his daughter, are strained. Swan's birthday wish to visit her mother in Busan forces Seo-kwoo to reluctantly set aside his work and accompany her on the KTX train. This journey, intended as a small act of fatherly bonding, becomes a crucible of survival and redemption. The train as a microcosm of society. The train is a closed environment that mirrors broader societal structures, showcasing diverse passengers with varying personalities, backgrounds, and values. Sang-ae and Song Kai-young embody family loyalty and bravery. Yeon-suk, the Koo, represents greed, cowardice, and the lengths individuals will go to for self-preservation. The baseball team, led by Young-guk and Jin-hee, adds youthful optimism and camaraderie. The elderly sisters Ingil and Jongul highlight the enduring bond of familial love. As the train departs, a young woman already infected collapses in one of the cars. Her violent transformation triggers a domino effect of infections. The disease spreads with terrifying speed, turning victims into rabid, mindless zombies within seconds. Building tension, the fight for survival. The outbreak on board escalates as infected passengers attack indiscriminately. Survivors scramble to create barricades and find safe zones within the train. These early scenes masterfully build tension as the claustrophobic setting amplifies the horror. The infected, unable to reason or relent, overwhelm entire cars with sheer numbers and ferocity. Seo-kwoo initially acts selfishly, prioritizing only his and Swan's safety. In one pivotal moment, he slams a door shut to block the infected, leaving other passengers to fend for themselves. This act contrasts sharply with Sang-ae's selfless bravery as he protects Song Kai-young and others. Seo-kwoo's growing shame and Swan's disappointment in his actions plant the seeds for his transformation. A fragile sanctuary at Daegu. The train stops at Daegu Station, where survivors hope for military protection. Instead, they find zombified soldiers, forcing a panicked retreat. Sokwu's realization that his company's biotech division may have caused the outbreak deepens his internal conflict. The survivors regroup on the train, but their numbers dwindle as the infected claim more victims. The film cleverly juxtaposes physical threats, the zombies, with moral dilemmas. In one harrowing sequence, Sokwu, Sang-ae and Yoongguk fight their way through infected cars to reach their loved ones. Their teamwork underscores the importance of unity and trust in the face of adversity. Human villainy, Yeonsuk's betrayal. Yeonsuk, the selfish Ku, emerges as a secondary antagonist. Exploiting fear and paranoia, he convinces other survivors to bar Sokwu's group from entering a safe compartment. This betrayal results in tragic sacrifices, including Sang-ae's heroic death as he holds off the infected to buy time for others to escape. His final moments, filled with love for Song Kae-young, are a poignant reminder of the cost of survival. The survivors' rejection by Yeonsuk's group highlights the darker side of human nature. Fear breeds selfishness and cruelty, turning people against one another even in shared peril. The contrast between Yeonsuk's cowardice and Sang-ae's courage underscores the film's moral themes. The climactic showdown. As the train speeds toward Busan, the remaining survivors face mounting challenges. Yeonsuk, now infected, continues to endanger others in his desperation to survive. In a tragic turn, Sokwu is bitten during a scuffle with Yeonsuk. Accepting his fate, Sokwu ensures Swan and Song Kae-young's safety by guiding the train to its destination before sacrificing himself. Sokwu's transformation is complete, from a self-centered businessman to a loving father willing to give his life for his daughter. His emotional farewell to Swan is a heart-wrenching moment, encapsulating the film's exploration of love, sacrifice, and redemption. A hopeful resolution. The film concludes with Swan and Song Kae-young arriving at Busan, now a fortified quarantine zone. As they approach on foot, exhausted and vulnerable soldiers prepare to fire, mistaking them for infected. Swan, singing a reprise of a song she struggled to finish earlier, proves her humanity and secures their rescue. This ending, both somber and hopeful, leaves a lasting impact. While much is lost, Swan's survival symbolizes resilience and the enduring power of love. Humanity vs. Inhumanity. The film juxtaposes the mindless aggression of zombies with the moral failings of humans. Characters like Yeonsuk illustrate how fear can strip away compassion, while Sang-ae and Sokwu demonstrate the strength of selflessness. Parental love and sacrifice. At its core, the story is about a father's redemption. Sokwu's journey mirrors his transformation from an absentee parent to a heroic figure, embodying the lengths parents will go to for their children. Social critique. The film critiques societal hierarchies and human selfishness. Yeonsuk's actions reflect corporate greed, while the passengers' treatment of Sokwu's group exposes the dangers of fear-driven exclusion. Unity and survival. Collaboration emerges as a key survival strategy. The bonds formed between characters highlight the importance of empathy and teamwork in overcoming adversity. Conclusion. Train to Busan is a masterful blend of action, horror, and emotional depth. Its gripping narrative, intense pacing, and well-developed characters set it apart as one of the finest entries in the zombie genre. Beyond its thrilling set pieces, the film delivers a poignant message about humanity's capacity for both selfishness and sacrifice. It is a story of love, loss, and hope, a journey that lingers long after the credits roll. Hope amidst tragedy. The film concludes with Swan and Song Kae-young arriving in Busan. Their approach to the quarantine zone is fraught with tension as soldiers nearly mistake them for infected. Swan, singing a poignant reminder of her humanity, halts the soldiers, securing their rescue. Train to Busan explores themes of sacrifice, redemption, and human resilience. It critiques selfishness while celebrating compassion, epitomized by Sokwu's transformation into a selfless protector. The film's gripping narrative, emotional depth, and relentless tension elevate it beyond conventional zombie fare, delivering a powerful cinematic experience. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.